Listen, peace of mind is more important than love, money, and success. So what you have to understand is we've been lied to all our lives from our family, friends, society, that once you got the money, the cars, all the material possession in the world, then you're going to be happy, you're going to have a peace of mind. That is a lie. Now, as for myself and through a journey, early in my life, that's what I believed. That's the way I moved. But I realized, through self-discovery, I realized that doesn't make sense. You see? So you're going to tell me you're going to have a peace of mind, be happy until you have all the things outside yourself. Think about that. So you're going to wait 10, 20, 30 years, and then you're going to be, when you got all the material possession, then you're going to have peace of mind. Absolutely. Matter of fact, it's only going to get worse because you got more responsibility. People want your time, your energy. You see? All the side effects. No one talks about side effects, about when you have the material possession, money, all these things, love, talk about marriage, whatever. Nobody talks about the side effects. Everyone talks about the benefits. You see, but that doesn't make sense. What you have to understand is that all these things are outside yourself. It won't give you peace of mind. It plays a part to contribute to being happy. But what about if all these things get extracted? You haven't got the money, status, the power, nothing. Then what are you then? That's the question you gotta answer. You see? Are you still got peace of mind, feel rich, abundance, happy, prosperous? You see, because what happens when people, their material possession gets taken away from them? You heard the stories, all right, from rappers to actors. What about when it gets taken away from them? They kill themselves. They commit suicide. You see? So that goes to show you that it's a lie, that all these things that don't bring you peace of mind. Being you peace of mind is you being happy with yourself. You being content with yourself. That is true happiness. Everything comes from within. There's a saying in the law of the hermetic principles of the universe. It says, as within, so without. As above, so below. So below, so without. Everything, your inner world reflects your outer world. You see? So, what do I mean by that? Is that if you feel happy, abundance, prosperous, if you're happy, then that will affect on the outside. You're gonna live a prosperous life. That affects on the outside because your mind body's aligned. So that's what you're manifesting through people, circumstances, and events. But if you don't have a peace of mind, you're full of anxiety, stress, depression, then guess what? Congratulations. Now you're going to experience through people, circumstances, and events. That is where you're going to experience suffering. That's what's going on. You'll be suffering. You're not rich. You're not living abundantly. You're suffering. So it's all about having a peace of mind. You see, that is the true antidote. Every comes from within. Obviously, this video we are talking about, of course, a peace of mind, but confidence, faith, belief, all comes from within. It's something outside yourself. That's not real. Everything within, that is real. That's what you call being your authentic self. Mental clarity. When you have a peace of mind, it gives you mental clarity. You're able to make better decisions in your life. Anything that's going on, whether it's your relationship, your finances, your career, anything from little to big, you're able to you got mental clarity, focus, memory, attention. You're able to make the best decision possible to move forward. Whatever challenge that you're dealing with. But if you ain't got a peace of mind, you're gonna make irrational decision making. You won't be calculated. There won't be no strategy, no planning. You just reacting, and reacting you are missing bullets. Loads of bullets you're missing. And you're making your problems worse and worse. So a peace of mind gives you mental clarity. That's what you want. When your mind's in a chaotic state, you'll not be able to make the best decision possible. You see? So yeah, man, I really enjoyed the way the sun is shining, man, bright. You know, boosting that melanin, the energy, the T levels. Come on. Once you have a peace of mind, that's great for your health and well-being. Your mind is pure, your body is pure, your soul is pure. You know, that is what you call a rich, you're in a rich state. You're truly rich and abundant, prosperous. Everything that you touch is going to turn into gold. You know, because your inner world is taken care of. So everything you touch is going to turn into gold. You know, so you're truly living. You're truly being you're a true human being. But if you don't have a peace of mind, you're suffering. You understand? Because your health is deteriorating. Anxiety, stress, depression leads to your blood pressure, strokes, heart attacks. You're living in total disaster. You're living in hell on earth. That's what's going on. Because you're not in the states. You haven't got a peace of mind. So you got a serious decision to make, man. Honestly. Without a peace of mind, you are reacting, not creating. So what do I mean by that? So when you ain't got peace of mind, remember your state of mind is full of anxiety, stress. So your thoughts, feelings, and action, that's what you're producing. You see? So you're reacting to everything around you in your world. You're just reacting, you know, to your friends, your family members, you know, career, work, everything. You're reacting. So you're truly suffering. You're reacting. And reacting brings no results. Brings poor results. That's what happens. You see? But when you're creating, you've got a peace of mind. Your opposite, full of your happiness, joy, prosperity. Your energy levels are high. So now you're able to produce at a high level to attract and produce the results that you want. You see the massive difference? Massive difference. That's why you're being lied to. You know, because you chase NSC. When you're chasing, you're saying that you don't have it. You're empty. You're empty can. That's what you're saying to yourself indirectly. That's what you're telling God. That's what you're telling the universe, that inside you've got nothing. You're empty. That's what you're chasing. But what if you already possess all these things within yourself? Do you need to chase? No. Then you are pursuing. That's difference. Chase and pursue is not the same thing. You see? Chasing is you just chase for the sake of chasing, thinking, having the illusion that it will make you happy. But if you already in a peace of mind, you're happy, you're in a positive state, everything else is just extra. Everything's always just extra, making you more abundant, more prosperous. You see, that is the difference between the two. So peace of mind is everything. Don't let nobody fool you that you need to acquire all these things, then you're going to have a peace of mind. Nah, you'll be waiting a long time. It probably will never happen. Even if it did, nothing's going to change within yourself, because things outside yourself, it don't change you. It doesn't. That's the illusion. You're thinking that one day when you have those things, it's going to make you born and prosperous. Nah, it's not going to. You're gonna feel exactly the same way. Where you're in right now, 5 years, 10 years from now, you're gonna feel exactly the same thing. It won't change.